makes me feel pretty good, makes me feel very empowered and back in control of my own body and my own mind and my own life. I feel like this program is a great opportunity for people to make changes that are lifelong changes. I feel like it is sustainable. I know I can do it now. I know what I need to do in case I hit any roadblocks, and I'm just making better choices and it feels natural. I would really struggle with my eating and with my nutrition. I would eat based on, I think, more emotional needs. I would look for comfort foods a lot. I would eat more than I needed. I would, okay. Yeah, before we started working together, I didn't really consider how I was eating was affecting my energy levels. It was struggling with my whole family. And that was one of the things that I learned with Erica, is that one of my values is my family and my relationships and the connections with them. And I was recognizing the disconnect between not taking care of myself and then how I wasn't there and as present for my family, because I didn't either have the energy for them, or I was frustrated with myself and I wasn't being honest with myself. And therefore it just took away from everyone else and the quality of my relationships. I definitely could see how it was going to affect me in all of my relationships. I wasn't happy with myself and with my body. And because of that, I wasn't going out as much. I wasn't dressing up. I was just really kind of like looking inward and not opening up and expressing myself to others. And I could see how long-term that could be affecting me. I would have no confidence with how I looked. I wouldn't put any time and care or energy into myself, and therefore kind of just take a secondary role in my own life. Thinking of myself as maybe a secondary in my own life made me feel that I didn't matter, that I wasn't important, and that made me feel like giving up. I've tried other nutritionists. I've tried online programs. I've tried going in and like having weekly meetings. I've with nutritionists, specialized diet plans, specialized workouts. Every workout I think I've tried in the book, and yeah, I've tried them all. I think a lot of them would work in the moment. And I would have the energy to see it through, but as soon as I would stop, or the program ended, or the classes weren't available, or if COVID hit and you couldn't see anybody, I just felt like I would go back to my old ways. Without the accountability, I wouldn't do it on my own until I met Erica. In one of my nutrition programs, we had to track every day, and I would get feedback on my food log every single day, and we tracked my macros also. And that felt like a game in some ways, which sometimes was fun. But then when you had to do it every day, and I did it for 3 months, and then as soon as I stopped the program, I stopped tracking and I stopped wanting to do it because it was just too much to do, too much work. And then I would get dejected if I didn't like meet my exact numbers. I now drive past Burger King and I laugh because one of the visualization exercises that we did was, one of the things I love to do was get their original chicken sandwich. And now when I drive past Burger King, I just visualize my chicken sandwich just like flying off into the corner, and I don't have any desire for it whatsoever besides this like happy memory. And then I go home and I choose better options instead. Was thinking about how in the past I would look at food as like a need, and I would almost like a hoarding mentality, going like, if I don't get it now, I might not get it later. And now having the shift and the change and going, I'm been listening to my body and knowing what it needs is much different than just overfueling because of the emotional need or loss. Concerns and problems that I have is that I live in a family, and that involves other people and their habits and patterns too. And being able to make my own changes, sometimes people had a reaction to that because they either didn't want to make those changes or were jealous that I was making changes finally. And so learning to be able to address that in a positive way and get everyone else on board was really helpful. One thing that needed to happen in our family was portion control. My husband likes to cook and he likes to plate, and he would always give me a lot of food and I would eat what was on my plate. And being able to teach him and be able to say no, that I don't have to eat with everything on that plate, even if it is served to me, but also working with my husband on going, this is what's necessary for me, this is what I want, and being able to work on it together really brought us to get closer together as well. I really think this program helped tap into my own brain and what was going on in my thinking and in my patterns. And the program helped me address those things, whereas other programs would just address the symptoms. Where I feel like this program, I got to address the root of what was going on and then be able to make changes. One of the things that we were working on is me drinking more water. And it has just become such a habit and part of my routine that I don't even think about it anymore. And that's what I really like about the program, is that it's just become intuitive and everything is just easier. I'm not having to think about it constantly throughout the day. I'm not having to track everything and write it down. And I'm just able to live my life, but live my life in a way that I know I'm making the right choices. When I first found out about this program and I did my first initial consult call, I got really excited because I felt like this was the first time that I was going to be able to make lifestyle changes instead of just little tweaks here and there. I love working with Erica. She's really supportive, and she can really help guide you without having any judgments on it. She was really there. She knows what she's talking about. She knows what to do. It felt like therapy, just being able to help her. It was always focused on me, and she was just really wonderful and supportive in meeting my specific needs. I feel like Erica is the friend I needed to help me through this. She's wonderful. She's supportive. She's so kind, and I always look forward to our sessions. To achieve my results, I followed her program. One of my favorite things was to do in the program was the nightly visualizations, which is called the swish method. I loved that one. I would do it every night. And I have the best visual image because of that, and the guided visualization exercise. And I do it sometimes even during the day, or I can do it so quickly when I'm going to even standing in front of my pantry. I love the visualization exercises. I did not have to track every single day for throughout the whole program. We did track a few days here and there to see some patterns and to see what was going on. But I felt like I did not have to track my calories and my macros during this program. And that was a big difference. No, I didn't feel like there were restrictions on what I could eat, and um, because if I went through some of the methods and I understood the why and the root of what I was doing, if I was making a choice that didn't feel me, it was still a learning opportunity and a good opportunity to practice doing it a different way. I have achieved a better relationship with my body. I've achieved better relationships with those around me. I have more energy. I've lost weight. I I've lost the inches. I lost measurements. And it went down a size. But through the program, I definitely feel that it gave me the tools to do this for myself. Okay, so some of the habits that have changed, I drink water, like I don't even think about it. It's amazing. And even one other thing that has changed is that when I eat something that doesn't necessarily fuel me, but because I want it after I've worked through what the trigger is and the reason why I'm doing it, I don't have any guilt over doing it. And I really appreciate that aspect of this program, is that I don't, I'm still able to make my choices. I'm still able to do what I need to do and know why I'm doing it. Another habit that I really love is my like morning routine. Is I've gotten so good at doing my morning routine that really helps center me and guide me throughout the rest of my day. Um, this program and these changes have impacted my life just tenfold. I'm just making better choices. I The stress of making my choices has gone down, and it just feels very intuitive, like I'm just being me. And I just love it. Just feels so much better. And being able to regulate my emotions and what was going on, and being able to take charge and ownership over that. I loved pizza. I still love pizza. I love pizza. And now I crave salads, and that just makes me happy. It makes me laugh. And I literally have a craving for salads now. And I can visualize them. I think about them, and I'm like, that is what I want, even over pizza. About them. I'm even growing my own vegetables to make my own beautiful salads. And it just feels really good. It feels very empowering. It feels like it's something that I want. Doing my morning routine helps my whole day, just because I get really centered, I get really grounded, and I take 5 minutes for myself. And it's not a lot of time, but just those 5 minutes to focus on me lets me set the intention for the rest of the day that I am still present and I get to focus on me in all of my choices.